Have you ever shared a news story only to discover later that it wasn't true? Well, a lot of people do that, but we're going to give you some tips today to maybe help you not do that again. So keep watching. We're going to give you some information today that will help you to notice what's not real news because I had a lot of problems last year. I was covering Caitlin Clark, big fan of Caitlin Clark, and still I am, but I'm just not covering it on my channel right now, but I'm a big fan of Caitlin Clark. And I would make these videos, and people would come in and they would say, she's gone to Europe. She's gone to play in Europe. She quit the WNBA. I'm glad she quit the WNBA. She's gone to Europe. Well, it wasn't true. She's never quit the WNBA. She's never gone to Europe. In fact, a lot of players do go to Europe, but to play in the off season, but she didn't. Okay. And so it really bothered me. It really bothered me. And I go and I find, or I start, what I did was I started watching videos that came across my feed that said something like Caitlin Clark quit the WNBA. And I discovered that there were videos out there that they really seem real. They seem real. They seem newsworthy. They've got video of her. And we're just going to cover fake news. But in the next video, we're going to talk about fake AI videos. Okay. But for now, we're talking just about fake news. So I've had that happen. I've experienced it. It bothered me. And so I'm very conscious of finding the real news. So I've got some tips today on how you can spot fake news. So sometimes news looks real, but it just seems a little bit out there. And so, like some of the things, if it's overly sensational, like all caps, 14 exclamation marks, that's not going to be like a real, it's just not good to do that. So it's going to not look real. It's not going to look real to someone who's worked in the news industry or read a lot because we just don't do that. It's too much. Sketchy sources. So if you see a video or a news article and the source is something like Patriot Truth Real News.biz, it's something you've never seen before, or CNN/news/today. Those aren't like, they're fake looking. You get a lot of emails like that too. We could cover a whole thing on fake emails that try to pull you in and hurt you. Misspelled URLs. I get these emails wanting me to advertise for people on my channel, and I'll get those and I'll go, well, why is XYZ company sending me an email from Gmail? Well, that's obvious that, some big company is going to have a .com. They're going to have a URL that has a big company is going to have the right resources so that it's real, like it looks real. The first thing that I do now, because I can spot a lot of these things, is that if you see a news source that's something weird like that, go look and just go Google it. I saw yesterday where Mary Lou Retton got a DUI, and I saw it from a source that wasn't a huge news source, somebody that I'm not sure that I trust. And I Googled it, and yes, lo and behold, she's all over the place. She got a DUI. There was one article I read even sourced the arrest report or the court document for that. And so you can actually see that it's true. You don't have time to go do that with every news thing you see, but before you share it out or before you go quoting it as truth, do a little bit of research, because a lot of the internet, I could go on and say that I have some grand, thing, and it's not even true. No other credible outlets reporting it. It's suspicious if CNN and Fox News and Midas Midas Touch and all these places aren't covering it, if it's like political or something, well, no, you're not. They're going to be covering it too. Maybe not immediately, but you can do that with anything. So I would do that with the basketball stuff. I would go look, well, is Mick covering it? Is, you know, other people who covered? I don't want to list them all out. Um, and then you've got check the publication date because sometimes they'll go, this is newsworthy, this is news, and it's not. It's like from years ago. And I've seen that happen. There's a lot of that I see in basketball. They'll show something that happened in college sports, claiming, making it appear that it's current in pro sports, and it's old news. You can do a reverse image search on Google to see if the photo is real in news sources. Legitimate articles usually have name reporters and sources. So, if there's no author, if there's no credible sources, it's easy to spot this stuff. But you have to know that a lot of what you see out there is fake. You have to know enough about that to go look. So just like I said, cross-check with AP, Reuters, BBC, NPR, CNN. Again, I said those a minute ago. Snopes, you can use fact checkers like Snopes, PolitiFact, factcheck.org. And don't go sharing anything unless you have done your research. Unless it's from like I said, if it's from a reputable source. I remember seeing where CNN had quoted numerous times, like there was an explosion and X number of people were killed in the explosion. And then the next day or later that day, you find out it was a lot less. And so even these news sources can be wrong in the moment. So there's just a lot of ways you can check your sources. Again, if it looks weird, it's probably weird. If you don't know if it's true or not, if it just seems too outrageous to be true, please go check your sources before you share it. And again, there's so much out there. You've got to be careful. You've got to protect yourself. And I know you've all seen when they'll say that this actor died, and it's just not true. It's just not true. And you could actually hurt your heart. I mean, you could hurt your heart thinking about, oh, my favorite actor passed away and they didn't. So things like that. I mean, it's real life stuff. Again, we're going to cover what to do to spot fake AI, which is a little bit more difficult, and it's becoming a huge problem. But for today, keep these tips in mind. Do your research. It doesn't take that long. But before you go sharing it out, protect yourself. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and please hit the like button or even share it out so some of your friends can get the same information. Thank you.